Welcome back. It is time for the Morning Mindset. I hope you are ready to align your mind with the truth of God. And I'm especially hopeful that you're ready today because what we're going to be focusing our thoughts around this morning is the reality of who God is, and in particular, one aspect of his character, and that is his righteousness. Now, when we hear the word righteousness, I'm sure we all think of synonymous terms like goodness or holiness or, uprightness, those kinds of things. And the word righteousness really is kind of a nuanced word. It has to do with being right. It has to do with doing right. And God is both of those things. He is always right, and he always does right. And part of the tension for us as human beings comes as we witness evil going on around us and perhaps experience it happening to us in our very own experience. And the tension is that we wonder if God does righteousness all the time, and that is all he does, then where is he and what is he doing when these unrighteous circumstances are happening? That's a fair question, isn't it? And we're going to be looking at Psalm chapter 11 today because this chapter lays out for us what it looks like and what it means for God to be righteous. And I think it's going to give us a little bit of insight into what's happening in those circumstances when unrighteous things are happening in the world around us or in our own lives. I want to begin in verse number 4. It says, "The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven." Now think that through for a minute. The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. The idea is that he sits above everything. And I don't mean geographically or distance-wise above. I mean rulership and authority-wise above. God is above everything. Everything that happens is under his rule. It is under his control. It goes on to say, his eyes see. His eyes test the children of man. So you see, God is not blind to what's going on. So if you've ever had that question, does God not see me in this unrighteous circumstance that's happening to me? You can set that one to rest. God sees. And it says his eyes test the children of man. So something that's going on in these difficult times that we experience has to do with testing. And it doesn't mean like a multiple choice test to gauge how much knowledge you have. God already knows how much knowledge you have. He already knows what maturity you have. The word test is being used here in the sense in which a metal or a mineral is tested. You see, when gold is put into a furnace, it is tested to see if it is pure or not. And what happens in that furnace is that all the impurities boil out of the gold and they separate. And then the goldsmith will refine it by taking out those impurities. And you see, so it's the kind of testing that is making us more pure, more righteous ourselves. It says the Lord tests the righteous. Now listen to this next phrase very carefully. But his soul hates the wicked and the one who loves violence. Let him rain coals on the wicked. Fire and sulfur and a scorching wind shall be the portion of their cup. For the Lord is righteous. He loves righteous deeds. The upright shall behold his face. So what I hear the author telling us is that when we're in those times where it's difficult to see what God is doing and where he is, we first of all should not give in to the doubt that God has just turned his face away. God does see. We also should not give in to the temptation to believe that he doesn't care that evil is being done. He does care. In fact, he's righteous, and he will bring a violent judgment on those who are not. And it says, the Lord loves righteous deeds. The upright shall behold his face. So when you're in a hard time, my friend, remain fast in your righteousness. Don't let doubt get the better of you. Hang in there, even if that is today that you have to do it. I'm praying for you. Join me again tomorrow for the Morning Mindset.